Every season of Survivor is a story, but sometimes that story can be told over the course of multiple seasons. Some players will have 2-part stories, while others can play 4 or even 5 times and have a much longer tail. Why do some players rise and fall and never recover, while others can fall and still get back up and succeed? Today, we are going to see the rise and fall of Peih-Gee Law, who first played on Survivor's 15th season, Survivor China. By the way, if you want to pick what videos I make, then consider supporting this channel on Patreon. It's an optional way to support this channel, and you get to pick what videos I make and see everything up to 6 months early. Link in the description. Thank you for your support.
39 days, 16 people, 1 survivor.
Peih-Gee Law. A 29-year-old jeweler from California was a castaway on Survivor's 15th season, Survivor China. Right out the gate, we see everyone walking through modern-day China as they travel into the wilderness of this beautiful country. We quickly learn that this season does not have Exile Island. The cast is back down to 16 players for the first time since season 12, and they are all going into the game with the clothes on their back and nothing more. Oh, by the way, there are also 2 hidden immunity idols in this game, both hidden in plain sight at each camp, and all the players will be participating in a non-religious Buddhist ceremony as a welcome from the locals to those coming into China. That's when we meet Peih-Gee for the first time.
Being Chinese, it's so amazing coming to do Survivor in China. My grandfather passed away like a couple weeks ago, and he would have just gotten such a kick out of seeing me here, you know, deal with this.
After the ceremony that everyone seems to enjoy except Courtney and Leslie, we see everyone split up into 2 tribes of 8, Fei Long and John Hu. Peih-Gee is on John Hu, and both tribes are given the Art of War from Jeff as a reading material. Survivor is fully embracing the local culture this season as a theme in a way that we have not really seen as hard since Pearl Islands. They always incorporate it to some extent in every season, but here it feels like they're going all out and just taking the extra steps to go the extra mile. Upon arriving at her tribe's camp, it doesn't take too long for Peih-Gee to realize that, holy crap, I am on the fun, lazy tribe.
I like the tribe. I'm good. Hanging out. It has like no food and no fire. I can't believe I'm on the lazy tribe. Just seeing like half the people want to just stand around and talk about the most ridiculous stuff I'd ever heard. Oh, I can't connect to the wackiness out here. Like, I mean, I could probably do it at home, but I feel like so serious.
Not connecting with others isn't a good thing, of course, and hopefully Peih-Gee can figure that out, as it is crucial to make it far and win in Survivor. But her tribe immediately feels the consequences of slacking off, as that night it just pours on them and they don't have any shelter whatsoever, whereas when we see Fei Long, it looks like they have their act together. Then it is time for immunity, and despite both tribes being neck and neck to the very end, Peih-Gee's tribe loses and has to go to tribal council. This sucks, and she is really emotional after this loss.
We need to all like really pitch in at camp, because I just feel like I know everybody's doing stuff, and I just feel like there's so much to do, and it sucks. Like, it sucks to know that, you know? It is hard out here, more so than I ever imagined, and I'm trying to get through it without being down about it. What do you think is the best way? Do you think doing it the same way is the best way?
You need to get everybody's opinion.
I'm asking your opinion.
I agree with you.
I wasn't stating my opinion, I was asking yours. But I stated 2 options, so which one do you think is better, in your opinion?
I'd put 2 more pieces on, like you said.
I know you want to put 2 more pieces, but how? Chicken won't give an opinion on how he thinks anything should be done. It's not worth anything to me if he chooses not to apply his strength.
Peih-Gee, all of a sudden, she's sort of barking out orders and trying to step into this leadership position. If you're going to do that, then you shouldn't be crying after challenges. You know, that's not a leader role.
Not really the best time to be doing that, Peih-Gee, which is only further backed up when we hear that the targets on this tribe are currently Chicken, Ashley, and Peih-Gee. We then go to tribal council, where Jeff is certain that this tribe needs a leader. I'm not sure why this narrative is always pushed for losing tribes, but here we are doing it again. And Jeff asks if anyone wants to volunteer for the position. Dave and Peih-Gee both volunteer, and Peih-Gee is clearly excited about this, but the editing emphasizes how no one else agrees with this decision and she can't read the room. Then it is time to vote, and
I think you've truly lived up to your nickname, and you've been too afraid to step up to anything, and we don't need that right now.
First person voted out of Survivor China. Chicken. Damn! Chicken, tribe has spoken.
I heard him.
Time for you to go.
That is it for the premiere of Survivor China, and so far we see how Peih-Gee is a complex character right out the gate, which only speaks positively as to how she will be portrayed as long as she is in the game. This much depth and complexity is almost never given to someone unimportant or someone who won't make it to the merge. We see her strategically on the outs, and yet she still votes with the majority, and she's even given an equal number of heroic and villainous moments. How will this play out, and can she turn things around? Let's find out. Episode 2 sees the hierarchy of John Woo falling into place. Dave is the leader and Peih-Gee is his lackey who backs up every decision he makes, good or bad. People notice this though, and it is a negative look on her. They then proceed to lose reward, and when they arrive back at camp, it's flooded. Great, just great. A lot of the camp falls apart as well, and they have a ton of work on their hands. To make matters worse, they proceed to lose immunity, and that is 3 challenges in a row that they have not won. But thankfully for Peih-Gee, Dave has been driving people up the wall, and he won't stop fighting with Ashley, who has been sick a lot lately. So at Tribal Council, she has gone in a 6-1 vote.
Ashley, the tribe has spoken.
Episode 3 sees a turn in the relationship of Peih-Gee and Dave as he is going crazier and crazier by the day and will not stop working around camp while demanding others to work as hard as he does and as much as he does.
Dave doesn't seem to learn. He knew that last challenge was him just burning out of energy, and he doesn't seem to get it that he needs to rest.
Nah, I'll do the first one, someone can do the next one. Peih-Gee? Peih-Gee's just riding my butt about not getting enough rest. Camp doesn't sort itself out. And if you don't sort out camp, challenges will tank. It's not rocket science.
I can't even mark that against Peih-Gee since Dave is not liked by anyone at camp and he keeps getting crazier and crazier and crazier. However, Peih-Gee says she has a lot of faith in her tribe to turn things around, and instead of fighting, they just need to look out for each other to succeed in this game. So, at the reward challenge,
John Woo scores the first point. Jamie and Peih-Gee push Denise in. John Woo scores and leads 2-1. Maria and Peih-Gee rolling Denise off the plane. Cheers! John Woo wins their first challenge.
considering what Peih-Gee said right before the challenge and then seeing them succeed, has me thinking she is firmly placed as the voice of the tribe. Despite us also seeing how she's out of the loop with the tribe, it's a little confusing. Make your mind up, show. With that reward win comes the ability to steal one of Fei Long's members until the immunity challenge. So they steal Leslie, who right away feels at home with them and tells them as much free info as they want about her tribe, which is wonderful. And then they go on to win immunity. What a turnaround for the John Woo tribe. However, the moment episode 4 begins, it's all trending downwards again as they find a bunch of their rice now has mold in it and cannot be eaten, which only leads to more fighting with Dave.
Hey, she's kind of stinky.
Please do not throw those away. Please do not throw those away.
I wish you would come and take this out of my hand.
Do not toss it.
I wish you would touch me.
Over the edge, please do that. I'm saving some of these shells.
Back up off me.
I'm saving some of these.
Back up off me.
Would you please?
Back the up off me.
Why would you give me some?
Back up off me.
Why would you give me some?
Back up off me.
Why are you not giving me shells?
Back up off me.
She won't let me keep some shells.
And he's just very condescending the way he talks to people, but
Nobody's gonna run over me, talk to me any kind of way.
At this point, when everyone gets into a fight with Dave and not with anyone else, we know Dave's the problem. They proceed to lose a very cool nighttime reward challenge, and then, despite Peih-Gee doing her best to score points for John Woo, they lose immunity as well. Wonderful. Back at camp, Dave pitches to keep him since he does most of the work around camp, which is true, but at this point that is less valuable than tribe harmony, which they don't have. So at Tribal Council, he has gone in a 5-1 vote.
Dave, tribe has spoken.
Episode 5 brings with it a twist. Both tribes are given the opportunity to steal players permanently. Fei Long chooses Sharia and Frosty, while John Hu picks James and Aaron, with the idea that if they happen to lose immunity, they could vote off Aaron as a freebie. No problemo. Along with their arrival comes a picnic basket full of food, and Peih-Gee makes an attempt to talk to Aaron and connect with him, but he isn't really opening up with her.
I think Aaron is a little bit crafty. He's probably holding a little bit back. Now that we have Aaron and James over here, Frosty and Sharia are over at the other camp. I don't know how long members of my original alliance are going to last over there. If we win these next 2 immunities, they're going to get rid of 2 people on that team. We have no guarantees that those 2 people aren't going to be Frosty and Sharia. If Frosty and Sharia are gone, it's going to be me and Eric versus all 7 Fei Long members. Yeah. But on the other hand, if we throw these next 2, not only have we gotten rid of the 2 biggest threats for individual immunity, we will be going into a merge with 5 original Fei Long, 5 original John Hu. If my hunch is right and we're going to merge at 10, it could pay off in a major way. Be worth it? It could really be worth it.
That is actually quite an intelligent plan if it can be kept secret from any Fei Long members, especially James and Aaron. Then at the immunity challenge, it is neck and neck until Peih-Gee and Jamie initiate their plan of just, throwing the challenge by having Jamie literally throw a piece off to the side so they don't see it, and Peih-Gee plays so dumb.
They have to fit on, y'all. They have to fit on like this.
Peih-Gee, you good at puzzles?
I'm good at Sudoku.
Sudoku, pay attention.
They do successfully lose the immunity challenge though, it's a weird thing to say, and the game plan is to vote out Aaron. James is very much upset though with Peih-Gee since he says, why are you answering Jeff's questions during the challenge when you should be focusing on the puzzle? And Peih-Gee's like, what, am I supposed to ignore Jeff? And he's like, yes! And she's like, I'm not gonna do that. But then Peih-Gee and Jamie just cannot contain themselves any longer.
They have no idea.
Up until this episode, Peih-Gee being a hero and a villain was almost split half and half, but now she has embraced full-on villainy, and it can definitely work out if she keeps this between herself, Jamie, and Eric, which is why this next moment at Tribal Council is crucial and I believe a huge game changer for how the season plays out.
So I'm judging by the lack of performance at today's challenge that you've decided you can't trust Aaron and James, and you threw the challenge.
Yes, sir.
So Peih-Gee, the big assumption you're making is what?
Frosty and Sharia get voted off, and then suddenly we merge. Guess what? Now there's only 3 original John Hu members, 7 Fei Long. I wonder who the next 3 to get picked off are going to be.
I know I put dumb there, but I wish I could put dumb like 10 times, because if they had never admitted to this, they could just seem incompetent at challenges, which is not a stretch given their previous lack of success. But now James is going to go on a tear to find the John Hu immunity idol that is still hidden, and he will never want to work with them because James is stubborn, and if you hurt him, he wants nothing to do with you again.
I asked which one of you guys wanted to stay the most.
What kind of sense does that make? What kind of dumb do you take me for?
Anyways, Aaron is voted out 3-1 to 1.
Aaron, tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
With Aaron gone, James is next, but here in the secret scene, we see Peih-Gee very much excited about the upcoming reward challenge.
It's food challenge. It's like my favorite food ever. When I opened Tree Mail and I saw the bamboo steamer, they knew it was food challenge. So that already made me happy. And I opened it up like, oh my God, it's like one of my favorite snacks is in there. They might as well put like a cheeseburger in there. So I'm psyched. I'm hungry anyways. We're all hungry, ready to eat. I don't even think this is a challenge. This is like a reward.
What is it? Oh, you got it! Is it good?
Oh my God, we're having a buffet today.
No. Like a bad food buffet?
Yes. Food challenge. I'm sure.
Yes! Hell yeah, what is this?
Oh my God, it's like one of my favorite foods ever.
Shrimp?
No, it's duck feet. It's like braised duck feet.
Duck foot.
Moldy rice, the occasional fish, and dealing with this crazy weather. If you swallow your pride and a local dish, you just may keep your tribe together.
I think James will eat anything.
James will eat everything. I'm not even worried about James. James. We've had faith in our old John Hu members, Sharia and Frosty, and like we're starting to not get such a good feeling from them, so we're starting to have to rethink our strategy, and maybe it wasn't such a good one after all. And then I'm starting to get a good feeling from James now that we can trust him. So we want to win the next few challenges.
At the reward challenge, the players are tasked with exploring this abandoned building to find puzzle pieces. And at one point, Peih-Gee and Sharia are all alone. So Peih-Gee tries to talk to Sharia to let her know that, hey, when we get to the merge, we got your back. Sharia doesn't say a single word back to Peih-Gee though, which is a terrible strategic move for Sharia, but this isn't her story video. But for Peih-Gee, it's a red flag. She was thinking that come the merge, Sharia and Frosty will flip back to John Hu, but she doesn't know that Fei Long is wooing them both. They do lose reward on accident, I must clarify, and Fei Long kidnaps James, so now it's just her, Jamie, and Eric sitting around wondering if throwing challenges is a good idea since Sharia won't talk to them and Frosty won't even look at them. They then go to the immunity challenge, which is the fan favorite gross food eating duels, and while they are doing their best to win, it seems like James is trying to throw it for some reason.
James spitting it back up.
Let Denise show you up.
James spitting it back up into his bowl.
Are you giving up, James? Give me a break. You gonna let Denise beat you?
Denise, you giving up?
No way Denise is giving up.
Denise, come on.
Chew it. That's right, baby.
James puts it all in his mouth.
Yeah, just shut up.
James scores for John Hu.
A strange turn of character considering James was just blowing up on them not but a day or two ago about throwing a challenge or losing a challenge even on accident, and here he is trying to throw one himself. Weird. Regardless, they do win immunity, so we move on to episode 7 where Peih-Gee tries to pitch to James to join them come the merge.
Well, James, I hope you trust us now because we told you we were going to stick with you. You know that?
Yeah.
We don't seem like loyal people to you.
Yeah, to each other, yeah.
Stick with us. As long as we all stick together, you know, if we merge. We basically sacrificed one of our old tri-mates for you. I really like James personally, I do. Either he's a really good con man or he is exactly how he puts himself out to be. From what I've seen so far, my gut instinct is to trust James.
I think the damage is already done. Had he never found out that they intentionally threw the challenge, he might be more willing. But now he's never gonna flip or consider the thought because he's been burnt, and also he has their immunity idol and Peih-Gee doesn't even know it. But then both tribes go to meet Jeff and
drop your buffs. You are merged.
Oh my god! Oh, black, you guys!
Use your buffs.
they have officially merged. But unfortunately, even if Frosty were to flip back, they're still down 6-4 to the old Fei Long, since Fei Long voted out Sharia at the previous tribal. Not that I think she would have worked with Peih-Gee anyways. Everyone enjoys the merge feast and the show that the locals put on, and back at the new merge camp, people are joking about race, and Frosty jumps in on this.
Black is hey in Chinese.
We can do black something
Black.
or other. We can't do black because then as soon as James is gone, we'll have to change the name.
That did not just come out of your mouth.
Whatever, I was on the yellow team. They put Peih-Gee and
Now that he says it, I can't unsee it. Why weren't there any Asian players put on Fei Long? Weird. But then, in a surprise twist, Jeff shows up to camp and says, "We are doing an immunity challenge right now." Apparently, if they paid attention to the performance that took place during their feast, they would know the answers to the questions that Jeff is asking them. Frosty wins immunity, and talks begin to unfold. Who should go first? Amanda has some thoughts.
Jamie is a silent leader of the old John Hu tribe, definitely. She's really close with Eric, and by getting rid of Jamie, it'll break up that alliance. And Peih-Gee, you can just kind of see through, you know, she's a little devious, but Jamie's so threatening because people don't see that right away with Jamie.
I gotta say, if the general sentiment is that Peih-Gee is a villain, like what Amanda says here, and she's only known her for a day, Peih-Gee has a lot of work to do to turn around perceptions if she wants to win this game. So, her, Eric, and Jamie all decide to vote for John Robert since he seems to be the least liked Fei Long member by far, and they are correct in this assessment, but they don't have the numbers to pull it off. We then see John Robert and James talk, and yeah, James is clearly never flipping to Peih-Gee. She burnt that bridge.
I don't want any dissension amongst us until we get to the final six, until all of them are gone.
This girl the enemy. This girl the devil. This girl the devil.
The best scenario is for the Fei Long tribe to stick together and vote off the John Hu tribe.
So at Tribal Council, it is the moment of truth. Will Frosty vote with them? Can they convince another person or two to vote John Robert? Wait, Jamie has an idol?
The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, any votes cast against that person will not count, and the person with the next highest number of votes will be sent home. That's in the case of a hidden immunity idol being played. This, however, is not a hidden immunity idol.
Oh my gosh.
Any votes cast against Jamie will count. Seventh person voted out of Survivor China and the first member of our jury. Jamie, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Well. Peih-Gee is in a dire situation now as Eric is her only ally left in the game since Frosty flipped, and it just gets worse as back at camp, James labels the remaining John Who members.
The other team, they got together as a clique. They're not trying to win $1 million. They're trying to win the high school friend contest.
James is not a fan of the social game despite how utterly crucial it is to the game of Survivor, but that's for James's video. Then again, Peih-Gee has burned him hard. We then see in the secret scene how her and Frosty are connecting and getting close.
The dynamics of this group are really different than like a usual Survivor thing. Like, it's not normal. And I'm trying to do my best to like find my place because I'm missing everything. You know?
No, I know that.
And that's the only way I knew how to do things, was like to figure out how things work.
I mean, and that was the only way I knew. Like, obviously, like, I don't have like a ton of friends here. You know. And I mean, so that's like, I can't play the game that way. It's crazy because I never thought I'd feel like this before. I feel like I have to look to you, and like, I hate that. It's like, you're like my little brother, dude.
Like, you're like my mom. That's weird.
I know. So I mean, I just felt like I had to tell you that.
I do feel really close to Peih-Gee because she's like family and we share a lot in common. But everyone out here understands that at some point or another, somebody's name is going to have to go on that list, and it may be family.
Peih-Gee's team does not win reward, so back at camp, talks are abound about what will be happening in this game, and Peih-Gee says, hey, there's 5 of us here, why don't we team up? Meaning her, Eric, Denise, Frosty, and Courtney. No one blatantly says yes, but you can't knock Peih-Gee for trying to get something going because as of right now, her and Eric are next. Weirdly enough, Courtney wins immunity and Peih-Gee says, I am trying desperately to cobble numbers together and I won't stop until I have them.
I was crushed. I didn't win it today because I know I'm next on the chopping block. I've been really trying to scramble and save my ass. Hopefully it will get me through one more tribal council.
We then see a conversation take place between Todd and Amanda, and frankly, Todd is the brains of the Fei Long Alliance. I haven't mentioned this before, but him and Amanda and Courtney all kind of go hand in hand. He is leading them whether everyone realizes it or not. He says, I want to get out John Robert, and Amanda says, I would rather vote out Peih-Gee. So at tribal council, the moment of truth takes place.
First vote, Jean Robert. Peih-Gee. James. Jean Robert. 2 votes, Jean Robert. James. Jean Robert. Jean Robert. 8th person voted out and the 2nd member of our jury. Jean Robert. Jean Robert, tribe has spoken.
Good morning, good morning. I come to say good morning. Good morning to you.
Thanks for that wake-up call, James. It is episode 9, and I now have a headache for some reason. And everyone else, though, is pretty happy that John Robert is gone. He was the Dave of the Fei Long tribe, to keep it short. Now, with him gone, peace has swept across the land, and there is no one left to annoy everyone.
I don't even get along with anybody here.
Yeah, you definitely on out.
You want the fire to die down a little, or?
No, I'm about to pick it back up.
You want it really hot?
Yeah, thanks for telling me, babe. You want to micromanage me?
I'm just excited, okay? I'm just excited to eat.
Oh my gosh, Jean Robert was annoying, and now he's gone. But all of a sudden, Peih-Gee decided to step in and take his place.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to micromanage you.
Clearly, I spoke too soon, and Peih-Gee is not helping her case to win over people to flip to her side, unless they begin to see her as a goat to drag to the end or something. She says being the losingest survivor this season sucks, and at the reward challenge, she is teamed up with James, Denise, and Todd, and they lose reward due to her. There's no other way to put it. Then back at camp,
I can't believe you ever accused me of giving up at challenges.
Go away.
I did not see your ass strolling back to the mat every time we dropped the ball.
You got the nerve. That's why y'all lose. You quick to blame.
Mm-hmm. I'm the one who's dropping the ball today.
No, I was the only one. It's my fault.
I'm not saying
Blame.
it's your fault,
No,
James.
blame. Please stop messing with me. Because every time you open your mouth, you're just speaking nonsense. That's why you lose.
Really. My ass wasn't strolling back to the mat after every time.
Mm-hmm.
I raced back to that damn mat. You know, I need to take a walk right now.
Peih-Gee, she's just stupid. I mean, she really came to me and said that I was the reason why they didn't. It's all my fault. Maybe she's the problem. She's never won anything. I mean, maybe that's a sign. That, you know, not everybody's crazy. You're the crazy one.
I have to ask, what is Peih-Gee doing? She is so strategic and smart on paper, but it also comes across like she speaks without thinking about it first. And as someone who has this same exact issue sometimes, it is having her take out a shotgun, point it at her foot, close her eyes and say, "Here we go again, I hope this goes okay." Her pre-merge game improved over time from what we saw, aside from that massive blunder by admitting they threw a challenge, but here in the actual merge game, she is starting off bad, and I hope she can only improve once again. In a very much stitched together confessional, Peih-Gee says, "I know I'm in a bad position, but I just struggle to keep my mouth shut." Then when the others who went on reward come back to camp,
Peih-Gee just lost it and just started screaming.
When you guys got back?
Yeah. Was screaming at James like, you can't bounce a ball on a drum, and da-da-da-da. She freaked out on him. He was like, "Bitch, what are you talking about?"
That sounds like a genre bear move.
Yeah, it is a genre bear move.
Todd's gossip is not going to help at all, is it? No, it's not. Peih-Gee's neck is on the line, and right now it seems as if she will be going before Eric. So at the immunity challenge,
It's over. Peih-Gee wins immunity. Congratulations. Only thing on day 27 better than a cheeseburger is this right here.
That's right, baby.
Individual immunity guarantees you safe tonight at Tribal Council. 1 in 7 shot at winning this game.
Peih-Gee needed that like Jeff Probst needs a blue shirt. Both of their lives depend on it, believe me. Anyways, the collective group decides that Frosty is somehow a bigger threat than the people who are actually opposing them and Peih-Gee and Eric. So at Tribal Council, he is voted out in a 7-1 vote.
Frosty, tribe has spoken.
With cheeseburgers still on their breath.
Time for you to go.
Episode 10 is a recap episode that has no bearing on the story being told, so we go into episode 11 wondering if this is it for Peih-Gee. Frosty is gone, and people still view her as the bigger threat over Eric. She does win reward though, and decides to take Eric and Denise with her. And what is super cool about this one is how they get to take a private jet to a Shaolin temple, and I hope I'm saying that right. And while on that jet, Peih-Gee tries to pitch to Denise to flip, but Denise just says, "Yeah, maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking about it, but we'll see," which is baffling because no one has promised her final 3 from her own alliance, which is what Peih-Gee and Eric can offer her, but I understand if she flips, they don't have the number still. But then upon arriving at the temple,
Being Chinese, it was really great to be able to experience something that up until now had kind of been like a separate foreign world to me. I mean, a 1,500-year-old Shaolin temple, and it's huge. You could see monks playing music, some meditating. You know, these are like Shaolin monks, and they're renowned for their martial arts prowess.
back at camp as anyone pretty much does in the history of Survivor, the people who went on reward describe what they got to do. But since it's coming from Peih-Gee, this annoys some people.
It's like, you know, Peih-Gee comes sidling up in there, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. And then you wanna start talking about no, get out of here. Get out, no talking in the cave.
Peih-Gee is not my idea of fun. She is annoying as hell.
Then, at the immunity challenge, Eric wins. Crap, Peih-Gee's probably a goner. But then, when laying around the shelter, Peih-Gee's like, hey, what's this? Is this an idol? James has an idol? Haha, I'm the first one to discover this. And I'm not joking, she's being dead serious. She then talks to Amanda in an attempt to flip her and...
You know that James has a hidden immunity idol? Did you even know that they're in existence?
Yeah, I'm
right?
not stupid.
You know, no. I didn't find out until just recently. That's why. I'm not saying it's because you're stupid. Because I guess I was stupid. Okay. I didn't know.
And just keep it like that.
Talk about being behind. Even Eric knew James had an idol. Everyone else knows that James actually has 2 idols. If you didn't already know that, welcome to being shocked. James has 2. Not a great look for Peih-Gee. She then talks to Eric and says, hey, we should throw our votes on Todd. So if James does play his idol, then Todd would go instead of me. So at Tribal Council, what does James do?
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol, now would be the time to play it. I'll read the votes. First vote, Todd, Peih-Gee, James, James. 2 votes, James. James. 10th person voted out and the 4th member of our jury. James. James, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Blindsided with 2 idols, and he didn't play either of them. He really thought they were just gonna let him walk into final 3 with those things. Peih-Gee was smart to throw her vote on Todd, but Eric voted for James anyways, and had James played an idol, Peih-Gee would have been screwed on the revote. Thanks for nothing, Eric. Peih-Gee then gives an impassioned speech to us saying that she is not giving up until she is voted out, and after seeing them vote out John, Robert, and James, there are clearly cracks in Fei Long that she can take advantage of. Unfortunately, her best bet is to flip Denise here at the final 6 and promise final 3, because now if she offers it to her, she's like, hey, you know, it's a 3-3 split. At least we're tied up, but Denise is the kind of player to just sit on her hands and play it safe, and that is so frustrating. She is not someone who tries to go for the win. It is now time for the family visit, and for Peih-Gee...
Hey, Peih-Gee! Oh my God, you're skinny!
It's a good weight loss program. Okay.
Denise ends up winning a reward, and she doesn't pick Peih-Gee to go with her. This only annoys Peih-Gee though, since she took Denise to the temple. As I said, Denise seems unwilling to work with Peih-Gee, and I don't think this is entirely Peih-Gee's fault, as Denise is always behind the 8 ball on strategy. She wasn't even included in the James vote, and she's like, oh, okay, I guess I understand, but she shouldn't. They left her out on purpose. But once again, Peih-Gee and Eric's necks are on the line, and at the immunity challenge...
And with that, Peih-Gee wins immunity.
You are safe tonight at Tribal Council, guaranteed a spot in the final 5.
I've been like underdog this whole time I've been here. Every council that I'm not wearing the necklace, I expect to be voted out, you know, so.
As I said before, like Jeff in his blue shirt, Peih-Gee needed that one. Her emotions are well earned after the win, but now Eric is a goner. She talks to Denise and says, hey, obviously the final 3 from your alliance are gonna be Todd, Courtney, Amanda. You're the one on the outs. And if you don't make a move tonight, then when are you gonna do it? And get this, Denise literally says, yes, I know that you're correct, but I think I'm okay with it. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm baffled. So at Tribal Council, Eric is voted out in a 4-2 vote.
Eric, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
It is now episode 13, and with that comes an acknowledgement from Denise that still blows my mind.
Peih-Gee and Eric approached me earlier, and they wanted me to vote out Todd tonight. Here I could have been at least in the top 3 and tried to make it at least to the jury vote, but I kind of decided to play it safe, even though this could have been one of the biggest mistakes I've made in the game so far.
A better player would have seen that going to the final 3 against Peih-Gee and Eric is better than losing in 4th place. 3rd is always better than 4th. At least you gave yourself a chance to win. You never know how exactly the jury's gonna react to everything. But Denise is happy sitting on her hands, and Peih-Gee needs 2 more immunity wins to reach the final 3. Peih-Gee says it's not easy to be the outsider with all these Fei Long members. Cut to the reward challenge, which is a popularity contest of sorts, as each castaway has to give arrows to the other players to give them a chance to compete, and Peih-Gee is given only 1, and that is from Courtney. Denise wins a reward, and do you think she takes Peih-Gee with her?
Wow, Peih-Gee, you look absolutely disappointed.
I took Denise on a great reward. I gave her Shaolin monks. I took her because I knew she was sick, and like I've been friendly to her from the very beginning, and she just doesn't care. It's just frustrating. I mean, I picked Denise for a reward, and to have her win twice now and not pick me, it's tough. And then also, I heard her say, I don't want Peih-Gee getting any stronger. That part makes me mad because it's like, hello, I'm still a person.
Back at camp, it is just Amanda and Peih-Gee, and Amanda is bold enough to ask, Peih-Gee, why don't you like me?
Why do you dislike me so much? Huh? Ever since you came here, like, you haven't really talked to me at all, and like, at Tribal, I feel like you're always attacking me.
I actually respect Amanda for speaking her mind. I think we had some just miscommunication with her making assumptions of me and me making assumptions of her, and it's because we hadn't had a chance to really sit down and talk.
Oh, there's one.
Ooh, that was a huge one.
I know. We have food to eat. Yay. Life doesn't suck right now.
Delightful seafood risotto with a little red wine reduction, and is it delicious?
Mm-hmm. This is good.
It's totally good.
I've had a really good day with you.
Here's to that.
I love that little mini story. Amanda and Peih-Gee are now friends, and when the reward winners arrive back at camp, Todd and Courtney are complaining about it, and this just annoys everyone else, including Denise, who says they were bringing food back for Amanda and Peih-Gee, but
They made these boiled meat sandwiches, and Todd ate it all on the plane. So I'm like, okay, so we're not bringing anything back?
Thanks, Todd, thanks. Also, I find it funny how earlier Peih-Gee was describing the reward and Courtney and Todd were annoyed, and now that Todd and Courtney are describing their reward, everyone else is annoyed. So, oh, how the tables turn. I think that's the phrase I'm gonna use here. Then we see Peih-Gee understanding that the writing is on the wall for her. And she's like, well, it's either I win immunity or I save myself with my social game. So she tries pitching to keep her over Denise in this secret scene.
Why Denise? Like, come on, you guys. Why does those two hit me on Denise? Like, seriously.
This is me being pretty much the most honest with you I could possibly be right now. It's not with who you are, it's the fact that who I don't think I could win against, and I think I could lose big time against you. Does that make sense? Which should be a huge, like, upstool for you.
We want Peih-Gee out because she's been such a strong competitor, and she's a fighter, and she's succeeding, and we all have to admire it, and the jury will admire it too, and not one of us heinous bitches would stand a chance against her in a final 3. So she would win. She has to go. Hey, but I gotta try, right?
That's why I say. That's why I'm looking at you like, damn, this girl is playing the game. You've done so great.
It felt really good to have, you know, the admiration of these people around me for having been a strong competitor. I mean, it really means a lot to me. But at the same time, I'm also gonna look at it realistically too, and like, I think my chances are slim, but I'm still gonna keep trying.
Then at the immunity challenge, Peih-Gee clears the first round. Then she clears the second round. Then she clears the third round. And now it is a one-on-one competition with Amanda and...
Amanda wins immunity, going to the Final 4. You are guaranteed a spot in the Final 4, not going anywhere.
That stinking close to an immunity win. Dang it, Peih-Gee once again tries to pitch to Denise to vote out Todd, but what do you expect? Once again, Denise is happy to sit on her hands. And of course, Amanda and Courtney aren't gonna flip, they have guaranteed Final 3. Then at Tribal Council, talks arise about Todd and Courtney being negative Nancy's, and Peih-Gee says, well, I'm glad I'm not like that. I'm a positive person. We then immediately cut to multiple players laughing at her, so the show really wants to show us how out of touch she is. They all go to vote, and...
12th person voted out, the 6th member of our jury, Peih-Gee. Peih-Gee? The tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Oh boy, what a mess. Even if she reached the end, Peih-Gee wasn't winning. She made enemies with all of Fei Long due to her feud with James, and even if she sat next to Eric and Jamie, I don't think she wins. However, she does go on to become a fan favorite player. And with that, well, turns out Survivor during season 30 decided we're gonna hold a vote for who the cast of our next season will be, players who need a second chance. And when they reveal the results of who gets to be on the season,
And Peih-Gee from China, known for your fight, very close to getting to the end. One thing goes differently, you might have won that game. Peih-Gee, you will get a second shot, get up on stage. 39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor.
well, Peih-Gee's back for season 31, Cambodia. Thanks, fans. Hopefully with more years of maturity underneath her belt and understanding what went wrong last time, she can do even better or possibly win. This season features 20 returning players who never won, dating all the way back to season 1. As everyone travels through Cambodia and to the boat where Jeff meets them, we hear from quite a few players, most of them from the past few seasons, including Sierra, who voted out her own birth mother, but none of them are Peih-Gee, which doesn't seem promising. She ends up on the Blue Takeo tribe, and their first task is to get the supplies off the ship and race to beat Bion to get the big bag of rice. And in a really tight race, they do get the bag, thanks to Wu. We then go to the camp where everyone is working on the shelter, including Peih-Gee, who is weaving palm fronds, and Abby starts getting unnecessarily worried that someone stole her bag. What? And her leather bracelet? What? But that's neither here nor there, as Vetus asks Peih-Gee where she's from.
Where are you from?
Hong Kong.
A really good friend of mine. She looks just like you, and she's like Chinese with freckles. Like, she's beautiful.
Thanks, Samantha.
No, beautiful, great thoughts.
She has my bag.
You found it?
Inside Peih-Gee's bag. My bracelet. I found my bracelet inside Peih-Gee's bag. You know what? Shove that freaking bag up her.
But I found my bracelet.
You did?
Inside Peih-Gee's bag.
Abby Maria. She was causing weirdness around this bracelet of hers that she thought I took. Your bracelet was in my bag.
Yeah, it was in your bag.
You know what happened? There was a bag with no name tag on it hanging
Yeah, that
out.
was my bag.
And I didn't realize, I didn't know there was anything in it, so I just grabbed it and I just...
No, I gave the benefit of the doubt. So
Yeah. I just want you to know, like, because I know you were looking for it so hard.
I was looking for it for a long time.
The last time I was on Survivor, I didn't form the relationships that I should have. I've learned you make friends, but you keep your enemies a little bit closer. All right, so we're cool. I didn't want you to think like
I told you, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I am so confused. Is this an honest mistake, or is Peih-Gee getting Abby riled up on purpose, but we don't know about it? I have no idea. Peih-Gee claims it's a mistake, so I guess we'll roll with that for now. But don't roll too far, or you might end up seeing Vetus in his underwear flirting with the women and showing them yoga poses. Considering him and his brother Aris are big into yoga, he may not be flirting. This may be normal for him, but the women are perceiving him as being a creep. So we go to the immunity challenge where Spencer and Wigglesworth blow it hard, and Jeff says no more camp. We're going straight to tribal council. Fun, thanks Jeff. At tribal, Jeff inquires with everyone about what they plan on doing this time versus last time, and Peih-Gee says, basically I want to learn from last time's mistakes and play a better game. And while she is saying this, Abby is making faces that see Abby judging hard basically. So everyone goes to vote, and
First vote, Vetus. Abby. Abby. Vetus. Vetus. Abby. That's 3 votes Vetus, 3 votes Abby. Abby. Vetus. Vetus. First person voted out of Survivor, second chance. Vetus. Vetus, the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
No hard feelings, you guys.
Peih-Gee voted with the majority there to knock out Vetus over Abby. I guess why force a tie? Episode 2 sees everyone trying to improve their camp, so Spencer approaches Peih-Gee about that chimney they made in China, and
so basically if it blocks out all the wind around it, it's kind of easy to keep going.
So what's going on, Peih-Gee?
What?
What's going on?
We're building a fire chimney.
Okay.
You seriously?
I don't
I need to seriously what?
No, just relax. We're seriously building a fire chimney.
You guys okay?
Yeah, of course. No, I'm fine. I'm just trying to continue this connection and this friendship that we have going on.
I mean, Abby's going off the deep end fast. She has done this both times she has played, and even Shireen, notorious for being bullied on her season, makes fun of Abby to Peih-Gee about how she's crazy. But yeah, Abby overhears all of this.
I heard everything you just said. Why did you say it to me?
But Abby, you know you've been fighting with people. Come on, let's be real. You were going around telling everybody that you thought I stole your bracelet. You were talking about me behind my back. How does that make me feel, huh?
I wasn't talking about you behind your back. You know what? Shove that freaking bag up her.
So maybe we just got off on the wrong foot then.
Yeah, I guess so.
See, this is the thing. When you do that, oh, well, whatever. Of course, I was a little embarrassed to have been caught talking about somebody behind their back, but everybody's fed up with her, okay? She doesn't have a single friend on this island.
Well then, this rivalry is escalating quickly. Peih-Gee is painted as the bully, Abby the victim, and Shireen is the one who won't stand up for her. What a contrast to worlds apart for Shireen, though this behavior lines up for Peih-Gee with how she treated James and Aaron, so we kind of expect it. We then go to the immunity challenge when Spencer blows it. Again, thanks Spencer. Back at camp, Varner proposes to vote out Shireen since he feels threatened by her, and Peih-Gee says, yeah, whatever the majority wants is fine by me. We then go to tribal where Abby says she feels betrayed by Shireen, not standing up for her, and even Jeff is like, dude, Shireen, you think you would have done what you applauded Mike for doing for you last season? And Shireen's like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I guess. So everyone goes to vote, and
First vote, Spencer. Spencer. Shireen. 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 3 votes, Shireen. Spencer. That's 3 votes, Spencer. Shireen. Spencer. Second person voted out of Survivor, second chance. Shireen. Shireen. The tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
Peih-Gee voted Shireen. I would think she would vote Spencer out for the sake of keeping the girl who annoys everyone, but is still on her side. But I guess sometimes you don't know how close a vote will be. Well, we move on to episode 3 where Jeff says, everyone, drop your buffs. We're going from 2 tribes to 3. What? This is a first for the show, and the new third tribe, Angkor, now has Tasha and Savage from Bayon, along with Wu, Varner, Peih-Gee, and Abby Maria from Takeo. Great, they actually have the majority, though it's bad that Abby Maria's here. Upon arriving at their camp, Wu says, let's all stick together, and Peih-Gee says, yeah, starting over on this new tribe is tough, but at least I have the majority. Cut to the next day, and it is raining, and Varner's flipping off the sky and yelling at God. I think. Peih-Gee says, dang, Abby, you got a good spot in the shelter. And Abby's like, what? What did you say to me? And Tasha says, there seems to be some resentment from Abby towards Peih-Gee. I might have to take advantage of that. We then go to the immunity challenge where Spencer can't blow it for them. So Wu and Peih-Gee do the puzzle instead. And
that's it! Bayon wins immunity! Safe from the vote! Sending Angkor to tribal council where somebody will be the third person voted out a second chance.
I mean, can Peih-Gee's tribe ever catch a break? Speaking of which, Varner then tries mouthing a conversation with Wigglesworth, who's on another tribe, and Tasha catches him. It's an awkward moment. Back at camp, Savage says, hey, this is easy. Varner goes tonight. That move he just pulled, that's enough for me. He talks to Peih-Gee and Wu about it, and they're like, nah, maybe. But then Abby talks to them, and
what do you think about one of these guys?
I don't think I'm gonna vote any of them. I'm gonna vote with them. I already made up my mind.
First of all, where did all this animosity come from? She's like, I'm not with you and Wu. I know I'm on the bottom with you guys. I'm voting with them. However they tell me to vote, that's how I'm voting. That made up my mind. I wanted her gone.
I don't like how she was talking to me just now.
I know.
Like, I want to vote her out.
She's stronger than Jack. She is?
I'm not gonna vote you guys out, but
okay.
So you're voting Abby?
Yeah.
All right, it is time to vote. Peih-Gee, you're up.
I've wanted you out since day one. Hopefully it'll work this time. You talk way too much. You can shut your mouth. Take a chill pill, girl.
First vote, Abby. Abby. Peih-Gee. Peih-Gee, we're tied. Peih-Gee, third person voted out of Survivor Second Chance. Peih-Gee. Peih-Gee, the tribe has spoken.
so yeah, Abby Maria is the reason Peih-Gee is gone. Though she could have sacrificed Varner to the wolves as soon as Savage talked to her, I can't even say Peih-Gee got screwed by the tribe swap because she blew it by making enemies, and those enemies made sure to get rid of her. Quite a disappointment from her last time playing in China, but the next day after she is voted out, she is upset with Abby.
Hands down, like the worst human being I've ever met in my entire life. I hope to God that this is like a Survivor persona. Something tells me it's not. And I don't know, like I feel like all the qualities that make me really good at life are what made me bad at Survivor. And I feel like all the qualities that make Abby Maria really, really bad at life are what makes her good at Survivor. When there's just somebody that's so irritating and annoying, like Abby Maria, and in my normal life, like I don't even need to give her a second thought. I wouldn't have somebody toxic like this in my life.
So what do you think about Peih-Gee? What could she have done to make her second chance better? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. See you all next time.